It is week 1 of the Wolfey Draft League, and your Jubilife Piplups are returning to face off against the Los Angeles Wakers, coached by Joey Pokeaim MD. What an insane round 1 pairing to warm up to the Draft League. The return of the Draft League, the return of the Wolfey Draft League should be hype, and we get the one person who has given me a negative track record in VGC Draft League. I'm either positive or even against any other player that I've ever played in the VGC Draft League other than Mr. Joey Pokeaim MD himself. And we have to go against him round 1 with a completely new roster. So we'll see how this goes, because I hope to make it an exciting match for the viewers. But of course, if you do want to check out the roster for the Jubilife Piplups for this week, as well as the entire season, you could go check out the video I will link down below, where I go over the roster of why I chose my picks. But otherwise, let us go over the team that we are bringing against Joey this week. Before we get into the team, we should probably go over the matchup. So Joey has an interesting draft, but this is actually probably his most normal VGC draft I've ever seen him pick. But he does have some pretty scary tools here. He got Basque Legion Male, which of course is a super dominant factor in Pokemon Champions VGC. The threat of Last Respect is just so threatening, especially with the access to that adaptability, which is super powerful, and would not be surprised to see it being adaptability. I have to worry about Focus Sash, I have to be worried about Choice Scarf, I have to be watching out about Cobra Berry and a bunch of different potential items that the Basque Legion will be able to play around this time. And then his Kangaskhan is going to be the Mega Evolution choice, which is going to be a pretty bulky normal type, which is hard to hit and is able to do a ton of damage to my team. And one demon that especially is going to be threatening is that Sylveon, as my draft is not very great against fairy types, whether on the board at all. I'm pretty sure that we are going to see the combination of Basque Legion, Kangaskhan, and Sylveon 100% that is going to be brought. And then the rest, I'm kind of interested on what Joey's route is going to be. I think Hisuian Decidueye is going to be coming because he doesn't have the best ways to hit bulky waters other than the Hisuian Decidueye and Alolan Raichu. I don't think Alolan Raichu is that great against my team, but could be considered. And I don't think Scizor is that great against my team. I think Crocodile and Noivern are pretty good picks, especially Noivern because of access to Frisk, being able to scout for potential items on my side, because this is a close team sheet best of 3 setting. So I do think that Noivern can provide a lot of valuable information to Joey, and is pretty fast. So I could see Noivern, Crocodile, and Hisuian Decidueye as being the last 3. But we'll see. I'm a little bit under-preparing for the Sharpedo and Armorage. I don't think they're the biggest threats to my team initially, especially Sharpedo. That can be a little bit one-dimensional, but I could definitely see it here being a potential threat if he does bring it. However, I will be disrespecting it a little bit here, and we'll see if that's going to be a mistake or not. However, let's go over the 6 that we are bringing against Joey now. So this is the 6 that I will be bringing against Joey for week 1 of the Wolfey Draft League. I gotta give a huge shout out to my boy NJ11, who helped me prep for this match specifically, and has been a huge component to helping me do well in these draft leagues, especially this season 1 win, as well as helping me draft for this season. So we have a pretty interesting strategy here. If you do look at Joey's team, a lot of it is very physically heavy. Like there's a Noivern, the Sylveon, sure there's a Alolan Raichu and Armorage, but probably less likely to be brought. But a lot of his attackers are going to be physical. So that means that Burn is actually really effective against Joey's team, especially fast Burn if I am able to get a fast Will-O-Wisp off. So we are bringing a support Dragapult, which is pretty effective I think against Joey's team. The ability to double status for speed control, but not only speed control, but just being able to burn the physical attackers so they're doing less damage to me, I think is pretty immaculate. So we are going with this Dragapult, and we're going with a Maj Dragapult because it does outspeed Noivern by 1 point, and being able to do some good damage into like the Basque Legion with Hex, especially that Will-O-Wisp Hex combination. Of course, doubling the power of the Ghost type move when there's a status condition. We have double status as well on the Dragapult, as well as Draco Meteor to be able to hit the Noivern and any other Pokemon for some pretty heavy damage across the board. I think it's pretty nice. Modest does allow us to outspeed Noivern by 1, or actually more than 1 point. It's actually going to be 2 points, which is exactly perfect for the Dragapult here. So I get to know if it is going to be potentially Scarf on the Noivern immediately. Then we also have like more supports. The Rotom Heat is also going to be another Wisp backup plan, because it does again allow me to burn those physical attackers, but also a really important switch to that Sylveon, which I really do need with this team. Eerie Impulse is to slow down the damage output of the special attacker, and it's really important for that Sylveon because Sylveon is probably the biggest threat with Hyper Voice. As you can see, I don't really have the best switches to Hyper Voice, especially if he goes with a more offensive item like Fairy Feather, so I will be bringing going the Airy Impulse Rotom. I did debate about going Partial Berry versus Citrus Berry. Last minute, I changed it to the Citrus Berry. I did have Partial Berry initially, but I do think the Citrus Berry can be helpful if I am taking attacks from like Kangaskhan and Sylveon, and I need the recovery. Then we have this Hisuian Samurott, really good into Basculegion because it does threaten it with the Sucker Punch, and Ceaseless Edge will set up the spikes, which is pretty nice, especially if it is going to be like one of those Focus Ashes on the Basculegion, Hisuian Decidueye, or maybe like Crocodile or Sharpedo if brought here, which I think is pretty important. Aqua Cutter because I want to be able to damage the Sylveon, and Sucker Punch is just really nice priority-wise, especially for Scarf Basculegion. That Black Glass is helping me ensure getting the knockout into that Basculegion. Mega Lucario, this is going to be a pretty interesting Mega Lucario set. We have Psych Up on the Mega Lucario with Drain Punch. Drain Punch actually just knocks out Mega Kangaskhan if it's max HP, which is already great, so I don't have to worry about my defense draws because Joey does have a lot of weaks to that fighting coverage. And then Meteor Mash should be able to just threaten the knockout on a Sylveon generally. So that is pretty solid here. That's why we're going with this Lucario set. And then we have Psych Up, which is a pretty interesting tech. I can copy the Sharpedo Speed Boost as well as the Snorlax, which is going to be the partner here. And the reason we have the Snorlax is it's really hard for Joey to break through Snorlax, especially if I'm burning stuff and the stockpile boost. So the idea here is to like set up statuses with like my Dragapult or Rotom Heat, stockpile up with Snorlax, make it really hard to knock out, and then Psych Up with the Mega Lucario. That's kind of the idea here behind this plan, is going to be that Psych Up combination with the Lucario. So that is going to be the case here. We're running a lot of special defense as well as physical defense just to tank attacks, and then just do a good amount of damage with Crunch and Body Slam. And finally, we have the Choice Scarf Serena, which is going to be pretty good here, because it is going to be able to outspeed Noivern, break through a Focus Sash with that triple Axle, and we're actually 1 point slower than our Dragapult. So if there is a situation where I switch in Serena and Noivern didn't frisk the Serena, I can go for a potential triple Axle to blow up the Noivern. So that is the idea here, and it is designed to outspeed the Noivern by 1 point, but also underspeed my Dragapult by 1 point as well. The Mega Lucario also on this team is going to be bulky here. As you see, we are running a lot of bulk because I think Joey's probably going to be running a lot of attack to dish out a lot of damage, especially into some of my fatter Pokemon, especially if I go with like a Trick Root. I think Kangaskhan's always going to be adamant in this matchup. So we'll see if I am going to be correct here. But this is the team that we are bringing for the first week of the Wolfey Draft League. Let's see if we can take on Joey and make it an even record this time in VGC Draft League. Or maybe I will go negative. Who knows? All right, we have game one. Ooh, he brought Sharpedo and Scizor. I actually didn't think he would bring the Scizor. Also no Crocodile, which is pretty interesting, and no Noivern that I'll have to deal with. Okay. No Raichu, which makes a lot of sense here. Okay, just making sure I have all the Pokemon. He didn't bring Armarouge either. Okay, so this is going to be his 6. No Tailwind and no Trick Room, unless the Scizor has Tailwind, of course. All right, so Sharpedo, gonna be kind of a Pokemon I didn't really exactly prep for, so we'll see how this goes. I do like Dragapult a lot here as a lead. I think Dragapult should be good for the most part. I'm gonna do my game plan. I don't know how effective it will be, but we're gonna try it out. I'm gonna do my Dragapult Snorlax combo, and then in the back, probably Lucario Rotom Heat. Yeah, it's probably Lucario Rotom Heat, or it's going to be, like, my initial game plan was just going to be leading Dragapult just status stuff and then do Snorlax things. We'll see how it goes. I think I will bring the Lucario. The question is, am I doing Rotom or am I doing Samurott? Both are pretty decent here. I think I'm going to try out the Rotom and see how it performs. Yeah, let's try this out. If it doesn't work, we have adjustments for game 2. Let's see what Joey is going to bring. So first draft league battle. Oh man, I'm not ready, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. What is Joey gonna lead? Sylveon Sharpedo. Interesting lead. Okay. Versus Dragapult and Snorlax. So I don't have a really good Sylveon answer, but all right. This should be kind of interesting. I'm kind of curious on what Joey's going to click here. I do want to set up a stockpile. The question is, do I want to go hard into Rotom immediately? I am debating about going hard into Rotom immediately. I think Sharpedo most likely wants to protect, though Joey doesn't protect. I guess it could get a little bit awkward. I could Thunder Wave to Sylveon, but I don't think it's needed to. Maybe I just go into Rotom. On a Hyper Voice, probably. I'm going to go to Rotom, and I'm going to set up a stockpile immediately, because I need to start bulking up to tank the attacks from these mons. So it can't Mega from the Sharpedo, so I'm kind of curious on what they're going to go for. But yeah, bring out the Rotom. Let's see what happens. They do protect the Sharpedo immediately. Okay, so Sharpedo has protect. Good to know. And Hyper Voice. Okay, not too surprising. I take it pretty well with both my Pokemon, and we will be able to get a stockpile up with the Snorlax immediately. So, not a bad turn, I'd say. Not a bad turn. Snorlax is set up. Have the leftovers revealed here. And we did burn the Sharpedo's Protect. We're going to see the Speed Boost activate. Not too surprising. Man, I wish I had the Partial Berry. I had Partial Berry originally. I think I could probably live Waterfall. Hydro Pump, I'm not 100% sure about, though. I think here I'd probably just want to go for a Thunderbolt plus a Body Slam, double up in a Sharpedo. It does cover a lot here. They probably go for the Rotom slot realistically. But that Hyper Voice did nothing to Snorlax. I'm not really worried about the damage that the Sylveon's really doing. So I think I'm just going to Body Slam plus Thunderbolt. They go for Liquidation. Does this KO the Rotom? It does KO Rotom. Okay, I was hoping that wouldn't KO. Okay. So this Liquidation is definitely very invested. I'm actually going to calc to make sure, but it should probably just be max attack. We're going to see Hyper Voice come out. Snorlax eating it up. Okay. And Body Slam. Good damage. Good para. Good para. Okay, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. All right. I do want to calc some stuff while we're waiting here. So I want to see that Sharpedo should be adamant damage if I'm not mistaken. So let me double check. We saw it was Liquidation into my Rotom Heat. I didn't have Partial Berry, unfortunately. I changed it last minute. Oh, it was a roll, but it was in Joey's favor, and it is probably max attack, unless it's Mystic Water, which I guess could make sense here. And, okay. Just want to see how much a Body Slam does naturally. Yeah, that's not invested Sharpedo for sure. I'm going to bring out Lucario now and start threatening the damage here. Do I want to set up a stockpile, or do I just want to go for a body press? Does Sharpedo knock me out with close combat? It's a range, huh? They're +2 speed. I outspeed with the Lucario. Do I just want to protect and go for a Body Slam? I don't know if this is close combat Sharpedo. I feel like it should be. I would like to scout for a Protect from Joey's side. So you know what? I'm going to set up a stockpile again, and I'm going to go for a Protect with Lucario. Let's see. Is it going to be a Protect from Joey's side? No, they did go for close combat. Okay, so they do have close combat. That's not too surprising to me. And Hyper Voice once again. Okay, so I could have got a double knockout, which is a bit unfortunate for me, but I don't think this is awful. Because Snorlax, as you can see, is just eating up the attacks really well. We set up another stockpile. Am I okay? I don't think this is awful. So Sharpedo at +3 speed. Let me double check. It should outspeed Lucario even with the para, but I will double check just to be in case. It is paralyzed, so the speed, yeah, it definitely outspeeds my Mega Lucario. A bit unfortunate, but I think now I'm just going to go on a Dragapult because I don't really need Dragapult too much in this matchup, I think, and I'm going to try to KO the Sharpedo. Sylveon's not really doing that much damage. I'm not really too concerned about it. Sharpedo close combat I am a little bit concerned about, so I will go for Body Slam. I could have maybe went for like a Drain Punch into the Sharpedo or a Meteor Mash, but I think this is overall okay. They can't really threaten the Snorlax too hard right now. And I'm hoping I can get like maybe a Psych Up situation later. We bring out the Dragapult. They go for Liquidation. Ooh. Why did they Liquidation? I guess it covers Dragapult on the switch, so I am taking the Hyper Voice. Yeah. So they read me to switch into Dragapult. Good play on Joey's part. Okay. Gonna take the knockout into Dragapult, but I do get the KO into the Sharpedo with the Body Slam. So we know the Sharpedo's moveset. It's Liquidation, close combat, and I assume it's a dark move, but we get to go on a Lucario now. Let's see who's coming out. Basculegion's a little bit annoying, but we do have Crunch on our Snorlax, so it's not too bad. Kind of curious on what the Basculegion set is, as Basculegion does come out. Okay. Can they punish a Snorlax? That's a good question. I kind of want to just Detect and Crunch. Because I don't think they can knock out the Snorlax with a double up. Yeah, I'm going to go for Crunch. I want to see like what's the Sharp or what the Basket Legion is going to go for. Wave Crash into the Lucario. Okay. And Hyper Voice, which is fine. We're tanking that. Wave Crash is a roll on my Lucario if they're adamant. And if they're Scarf, I'm okay with that. So here's a Crunch. Oh, good damage. That's a crit? Yeah, that's a crit. Okay. I'm okay with this. I have a decently bulky Mega Lucario, so I will go for the Meteor Mash into the Sylveon, and I will go for a Crunch here. Okay. Let's see if there's Scarf. It could be Helping Hand Sylveon with Wave Crash, which is why I didn't go. Maybe I should have Meteor Mash the next or the last turn, because if this is Helping Hand or Quick Attack, this is going to be annoying, but we'll see. Okay, we know the Basket Legion has Wave Crash, and it's not bulky at all. Okay, it is Scarf. Wave Crash. Nice. Bulky. Beautiful. And we connect the Meteor Mash. Oh, it's Babiri Berry Sylveon. Does this KO? Probably not. Ah, okay. That's why he was aggressive with the Sylveon. Okay. We are finding out some good information, though. All right. So it's probably Kang in the back. I don't think I can win with my final two, unfortunately. Get a Crunch off into the Basket Legion. Takes the knockout, but... Okay. Babiri Berry. Trying to figure this out. Where did I put the Bask? Oh, the Decidueye was final Pokemon. Okay. I guess I should just find out what a fighting type move this is. I am going to body slam the Decidueye. Okay, interesting. Babiri Berry. They go for triple arrows. Okay, so they don't have close combat. Not that much damage to the Lax, but okay. Guess the defense drop. I don't think I could win anyway unless I get a body slam crit into the Decidueye plus a para. I get flinched. Okay, that's fine. All right, so Joey takes that pretty convincingly, but I'm okay with all the information he gave me. Unfortunately, my setup was not great, but at least we get to find out, A, it's Scarf Basket Legion with not much bulk because the Crunch would have done a lot here. Yeah, the Crunch did a lot. Yeah, it's definitely no bulk Bask. It's probably just max speed, max attack. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out how my game plan's gonna work, but overall, I don't think it's too bad. I found out the Scarf Mom, which is actually really important to set because that was the thing I was most worried about, trying to figure it out. Okay. I was hoping the Snorlax could take the game 1 mode here, but I think this is overall okay. It's not anything too bad. So I got to figure out how I'm setting up for this game too. I do really like Samurott. Samurot's really good here because Aqua Cutter should be doing a lot of damage. Let me just double check the damage on Babiri Berry since we know it's Babiri Berry on this Sylveon now. That explains why I was like doing no damage earlier. So it's Babiri Berry, Meteor Mash. Oh, that definitely has a lot of bulk on the Sylveon. It has a lot of physical defense. Yeah. Because it survived by quite a bit. I'm max attack, Meteor Mash. Okay, good to know. So he's probably slow with a lot of things here. I gotta watch out about Sharpedo. Man, I wish I didn't change to Citrus Berry on Rotom last minute. I had Pasha, but it's Citrus now. Okay. I don't think anything is too bad here, but I do want to try. I do need to figure out a way to get rid of Sylveon as well as Sharpedo, because Sharpedo is actually kind of annoying. Sharpedo is actually a little bit annoying here. I wonder how much my Aqua Cutter does to this Sylveon. Nowhere near enough. Yeah, breaking through the Sylveon is going to be painful. Can Hex plus Meteor Mash KO? No, this Sylveon's really problematic for me. I don't have the best ways of breaking through it. I do have Rotom Heat, which is decent against it, but it's like still pretty concerning. I'm trying to think. I'm going to try a Rotom plus a Lucario angle and have Samurott plus, I think... Am I gonna go with Serena? Or maybe it's Dragapult. Maybe it's Dragapult back. Oh boy, I'm not confident in this game plan at all. We'll see. I was a little bit worried about, I was a bit too weak to Sharpedo. I wasn't sure if he was going to bring it, but yeah, I am weak to Sharpedo. I should have probably calced better against Sharpedo stuff. Okay. Oh, they like Kangaskhan Sylveon this time, which is good because my Mega Lucario is actually in a great spot. Okay. Plus my Rotom. Okay, this is a nice spot. Very, very nice spot. All right. I don't have Protect. I can go for an Eerie Impulse into the Sylveon. You can't really fake out here. You could go into Bask. I could see Bask coming in, but would you switch in Bask on a Will-O-Wisp? That's also a good question. How much do I need Lucario? I don't need it that much. I guess I could Wisp the Kangaskhan and Meteor Mash to Sylveon. I don't think that's a terrible play, and I think I'm going to go for it. Let's see. I could see swaps to Basket Legion, but no, Joey just stays in. Okay, what is he going for? Fake Out plus Hyper Voice is not too big of a deal. Lucario's bulky to tank, and I do have Drain Punch for recovery. All right. I was really thinking maybe a switch to Bask, but maybe he dropped Bask, which isn't great for me. Let's see. Sylveon protects. Okay, what did the Kang click? Hammer Arm? Which is really bad for me because Lucario is the only damage output I have. Oh, I'm faster than the Kangaskhan and I get a Will-O-Wisp out. That's huge, actually. Okay, because I get the Will-O-Wisp out, that's pretty big. Double Edge and a Rotom. Okay, to get chip. That makes sense. Rotom absolutely eats, which is incredible. And now I could maybe double up KO to Sylveon with Overheat plus Meteor Mash. That should get the KO. Yeah, that would get the KO. Thunderbolt to roll, Overheat would KO, yeah. So I'm going to go for Overheat into the Sylveon and just go for a Meteor Mash into the Sylveon. I don't think he has a good swap now that he's revealed his, like, no Bass. So Meteor Mash is going to come out. This should do a lot of damage, probably put in Overheat range. Yeah, that's definitely Overheat range. I also low-rolled the first Meteor Mash, but okay. Nice, I do land. That's huge. Goodbye, Sylveon. So Sylveon goes down. Excellent. Okay, not bad. That's a huge threat gone for Dragapult, which is massive. Facade. Oh, okay. Not what I was anticipating. Not what I was anticipating. Facade. Good tech by Joey. Do I want to go Dragapult or do I want to go the Samurott? I think I have to go Dragapult. Sharpedo comes in. That's not too surprising. I do have Wisp. I will go for Wisp into Sharpedo. And I will Drain Punch the Kangaskhan and try to get rid of it. I don't really love giving him the free switch, but I kind of have to get a burn onto the Sharpedo now. I need to break a Sash and I need to burn it. So we'll go for Drain Punch and we'll go for Wisp. The future turns is going to be Decidueye, which is going to be a bit of a problem, but overall, I don't think this is awful. It's not great, but it's not awful. Sharpedo will probably protect. If this is Lumberry, well played to Joey. Like, really well played to Joey. But I will Drain Punch the Kang, and I will Wisp the Sharpedo, hopefully get rid of it. Okay, I don't think it's Bask in the back. And if it's Bask in the back, I do have my Samurott, so it's not too bad. I will have to land a Wisp, though, into Sharpedo. Okay, Kangaskhan retreats. I love getting any damage on. He did bring Bask. I'm shocked, actually. Okay, he goes for Protect. As I do Wisp attempt to Sharpedo. I'm actually shocked because I thought he would have switched out into Bask immediately. So he's kept that in the back. Although not having to deal with Decidueye is still pretty good. My best play is just to Wisp and Drain Punch to Sharpedo. Because we know the Kang is super slow. That means my Samurott is faster than it. So I can Wisp to Sharpedo and I can go for Drain Punch into Sharpedo. I could Detect here, but I don't think I need to. Yeah, I'm going to go for a double because I think I could win with Endgame. What's it called? I think I can win with Endgame. Samurott. And he did double up the Dragapult. I'm not surprised. Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, that's good for me. That's really good for me, actually. Cursed by the flip turn doesn't matter. Perfect. Because I do get the Drain Punch off into Sharpedo, which most likely I assume it's Sash then. And if it's Sash, that's pretty good for me because now I get to bring out Samurott and I threaten the Sucker Punch endgame. Okay, King's gone in. Here comes Drain Punch. Perfect. I think I might have to reveal the Psych Up tech soon though. Which I guess I don't have to, but it would be nice. The thing is, I don't think they can knock out the Lucario with Basculegion, so I guess this isn't awful. You know it's Fake Out Facade on the Kangaskhan. I mean, I just double protect, right? Yeah, I just double protect because I can't risk Fake Out plus close combat, even if I think the Bass switch is super obvious on the Kangaskhan slot. Yeah, like I don't think it's ever worth the risk here. My Samurott fails to protect though. It doesn't change much here. Okay. Okay. Here's what the baskets are gonna lock into. I wonder if he goes for a double protect, but double protect is fine. I think I just Sucker Punch the Sharpedo and I Drain Punch the Sharpedo as well. He needs a double protect. Yeah. And if you retreat Sharpedo, I get the Drain Punch into Kang, so that's fine. And I also get recovery, which is good. Okay. Let's see. I just need to live. Yep. Nice. Cool. And then I should have a 100% sealed win because I'm Black Glass's Samurott, and the Wave Crash Recall puts him in range of Sucker Punch from my Samurott, so all I have to do is Sucker Punch the Samurott. We know it's Choice Scarf because it's faster than my Lucario. I can Black Glass's Sucker Punch KO the Basculegion that has no bulk, and then I can just KO the Sharpedo, so perfect. So we'll go for the Sucker Punch into the Basculegion, and we'll go for the Drain Punch, and I don't even have to reveal my Psych Up tech just yet, so that's kind of nice. Alright, no Decidueye is pretty interesting. And I have to watch out about burning the Kangaskhan now. So Sucker Punch will come out, take the knockout on Bask, and that is GG. Nice. Unless it's Max Speed Sharpedo, but I don't think it is. Oh, it's faster than my Lucario. Wait, do we speed tie? I'm pretty sure we speed tie. Hold on. What? Wait. Oh, wait, no, I'm calculating the wrong mod. I was like, how is that possible? Oh, wait, Sharpedo's faster than I thought. Okay, he's like max speed adamant. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I messed up, but like he targeted Samurott. But even if he targeted my Lucario, I still win because of Sucker Punch in general. Because he's used multiple protects. So I think I'd have enough Sucker Punch PP before Protect is going to run out before Sucker Punch. So I think I'm fine there. A little bit frizzled because this is the first Draft League match in a while and I don't really use the calc while playing. So yeah, we're going to move on to game 3 and see how this goes. All right. Sharpedo. Kind of curious what's the plan from Joey's end is. It's just really annoying dealing with the Sharpedo. I don't think Serena's ever to play here. He could go back to Decidueye because I honestly don't think Kang was doing that much for him. Maybe Decidueye or maybe Serena is worth it. I am thinking Snorlax is also potentially worth it. I'm thinking I'm going Samurott plus Lucario to threaten the Kangaskhan. But it also just threatens Sharpedo lead because I can... Well, it doesn't. I do have Sucker Punch, Drain Punch angle, but I don't know if that's really worth... There's no super safe, easy lead here. Do I bring Rotom? It's not bad. I could bring Serena or Lax, which makes the Sharpedo's life, or dealing with Sharpedo a bit easier. I think I do Dragapult Rotom. Snorlax is good against the Sharpedo, but not great into anything else other than Sylveon. Serena's okay, but it's not necessary. I think it's these four. Okay. I am very concerned about how this endgame goes, but we'll try our best here. Like, just dealing with Sharpedo, because I did say I didn't know I was under-prepped for this mon, and it looks like I was right. So let's see. Sylveon Basket Legion. That's best case scenario for me. That's best case scenario for me as I lead Samurott plus Lucario. Okay. I wonder if Basket's going to just stay in or hard switch out, because I could see a hard switch out because, like, my obvious play is to protect both Mons to see what they lock into. But I think I'm going to Meteor Mash, and how much does Ceaseless Edge do to Sylveon? Oh, I definitely should get it with combination Meteor Mash, Ceaseless Edge. And I will play Greedy in this because I think playing Greedy is nice into the Sylveon. Yeah, they hard switch the Bask. I'm not surprised. Kang? Decidueye, okay. This is a protect from Sylveon. If he didn't protect Sylveon, I do get this Ceaseless Edge off. Spikes go up and Meteor Mash. Those are like huge things to deal with here. Okay. I did double into that. I could have gotten the Bass, but okay. I think this is Scarf Decidueye, I guess, is a good question. I do need Samurott, or I'm cooked against the... I am cooked against the Basket Legion. I think my least needed mon is Lucario at this point. So I think my best play is probably just to detect, or is it just play on the offense? It might be just play on the offense, because I think he needs to get rid of Samurott, but he might triple arrows Hyper Voice. I think Meteor Mash into Sylveon and Heart and go out into Rotom isn't a terrible play here. Let's see. Rotom in. Oh, good switch on Joey's part. Basket Legion comes in. Okay, that's fine. Okay, you have to target down to Samurott then, right? I get a Meteor Mash off, which is decent. Good damage. Triple arrows. Yeah, he did target down the Samurott slot. Okay, gets a defense drop, which is not great. Because he can just flip turn that slot now and triple arrow. Actually, I feel like you should always flip turn triple arrows that slot, right? I don't know if he's going to target the Lucario because of the protect. That could be obvious. I kind of want to Meteor Mash the Bass calling the Sylveon. I think I am going to do that. I think flip turn into Sylveon and triple arrows the Rotom can be a pin slot, but I guess he doesn't know if I protect, so maybe this was not the right play. He does flip turn though, so I did get this kind of right. Okay. I'm playing really aggressive with my Lucario, and I'm hoping it's going to pay off, but we'll see. I'm hoping he gives me Sylveon. Which I think he should. Yeah, perfect. Okay, that's a big threat. Nice. Big Meteor Mash. I think I could win with Samurott, but we'll see. I did need this damage off into the Sylveon. Good damage, that's in Hex range. Okay, that's really good. Triple arrows into Lucario, that's fine. That's kind of goated that I led, but okay. I probably want to go Rotom because it's probably quick attack from the Sylveon, I imagine. I kind of want to Hex the Sylveon. I'm going to Hex the Sylveon, go into Rotom. I think that's a pretty decent play here. Because I think might as well just save Lucario for the heck of it, right? Because it does force the Sharpedo to protect on a turn, potentially. Let's see. Rotom in. Okay, no quick attacks. I could have Drain Punch, but okay. What? Oh, I low rolled the heck out of that Hex. Wait, how? He has Def investment? He was at 16%, right? Oh, that's so bad. He also crit again. And he got the defense shot. Oh my goodness, what the heck? I think I'm cooked against a shark at this point, but I will try my best for Rotom potentially knocking out the Decidueye with Overheat. It doesn't even KO Decidueye with Overheat if he has Bulk. Should I Wisp here or should I... I really thought Hex would KO at that range. What? Okay. I guess it depends on how much speed the Decidueye has. I'm just gonna go for an Overheat and a Ceaseless Edge into the Sylveon. I need... Shadow Sneak, okay. Oh, I'm so cooked. I can't beat Decidueye. Man. I knew I was too weak to Shark. No, and I missed. Okay, RNG wasn't that great for me, but I don't think I played this super well either. Oh, this is gonna be super bad for differential too. Yeah, I literally got 4-0'd, so I don't get any differential. Granted, oh man. How did I only do 16% to the Sylveon with Hex? This is Modest pulled. I did put Modest, right? Wait. It didn't save the EVs correctly, did it? No wonder. I was like, there's no way it should say... Okay, that's just my fault. That's just my fault. I thought I double-checked the Dragapult. Oh my goodness, man. I was about to say, because that changes so much. I was like, how did that live? And then I just have no investment. Man, I'm actually just... Okay, I'm super upset about that, but it's week one. It's week one. Hopefully it bounced back, but that is not exactly how I wanted this week one to... Alright, future James here. That was a rough one, and I don't mind losing to Joey. I think it was a good set across the board. Just losing in the way of like, okay, champions did not save my EVs properly is very frustrating. It is very frustrating because I think I was in a decent spot. Granted, I do think that Sharpedo would have still been a little bit difficult, but it was definitely a playable position. And obviously it went from a playable position to a pretty much game losing position just off the fact that that outside factor happened, which is surprising because I've never had that happen before in a game like that, where it's like, okay, I thought the game just auto saves, but apparently it doesn't. And yeah, so it was only my home mons too. So it was my Dragapult and my Serena, which I was editing before the match in the morning, which should have been fine. And then it didn't save when we played in the afternoon. So I guess that's something that they hopefully will fix in the future. But in the future matches, I will be making sure that the EVs will be double checked before the match is started, so that won't make a mistake again. But I do want to say good games to Joey. Always a pleasure fighting him in VGC Draft League. And yeah, I thought it was a lot closer than I thought it would be, especially against the Sharpedo, which I did think I heavily under-respected. I didn't think it was going to be brought nearly as much just because I thought like maybe Blastoise as well as like Vacuum Wave Lucario could definitely scare out the Sharpedo, but definitely well props to him. He definitely showed me that I under-prepped for it and I heavily got punished for it. So go check out Joey. Awesome channel, especially when it's not hacked and not playing the sports news. But you can go check him out down below in the description. And hopefully we will be able to still do well in the remaining parts of the season. It's only the first week, so not too bad. And this is definitely one of my toughest opponent demon-wise on a personal level. So hopefully you enjoyed this match. I thought it was pretty great. And yeah, we're going to try and, of course, step it up for week 2 as we are playing the other semifinalists of the first season of the Wolfey Draft League next week in Mount. So we'll see how that one goes.